Hey guys, so I was outside and the wind was really high, and so whenever I do vlogs and I do them outside and the wind is up, it is really hard to block the wind. When you're trying to block the wind on my software, it kind of goes away, but then it makes like a whistle sound, so you're kind of better off just to go inside, even though it is very beautiful outside. So this vlog is inspired by my other vlog of a Deerfield, Illinois ban on AR-15s, and hey guys, it is extremely beautiful out today, and it's hard to believe that it was 60 yesterday and like 30 or 40 degrees the day before, but that's our Kentucky weather. So I decided and was inspired by comments in one of my other vlogs. I did a vlog regarding Deerfield, Illinois. In Deerfield, Illinois, Board of Trustees, they all voted, not the people, they all voted to ban AR-15s, and if you look further into the ban, there's other things that go along with it. And after I was finished and had posted it and did a few things to it, one of the guys that I follow, I love his content, he made a comment on it, and I guess I had already seen this, or maybe I hadn't yet, but then I decided I seen it, and then I put it underneath his comment as a reply. I had seen this on the internet. I don't know if I seen it on TV too, because things run together when you do vlogs of this nature. Anyway, was talking about this town in Illinois called Deerfield, Illinois, where they are charging $200 to $1,000 for every day you keep your AR-15 and are not turning it in. Now this vote was among the Board of Trustees. It was not among the village's people. Illinois has these little itty-bitty towns that they call villages when they have, around 300 or 400 people in it. When I lived in Illinois, I lived in the village of Enfield. I think it only had like 300, maybe 400 people at the max. So anyway, so yeah, they have little villages, not little itty-bitty towns. They just have villages, and it had only like one stop sign on the main road, and if you went through that one stop sign, you would miss the whole town. So anyway, yeah, so the Board of Trustees voted on this, and it was unanimous. Well, how about that? It must have been a liberal town, or a liberal Board of Trustee. It did not have anything for the people of this little village to vote on, for them to voice on, nothing. So, me being me, I did write the mayor. and informed her that, you know, on some things, a state can supersede federal. But a little itty-bitty village or city cannot supersede a state law. How can you write a bill that supersedes state law? You can't supersede state law. States can supersede federal law when it is unconstitutional. She's superseding state law, but it's unconstitutional what they're superseding. And they have 2 lawsuits. The last time I looked, they had 2 lawsuits against them. It doesn't just ban AR-15s. It bans pretty much all semi-automatics and revolvers, all but double-barrel shotguns that you have to manually put in the shotgun shells, and it bans anything that takes over 10 round magazines, and even if it takes less, even if you can get it in less. And you know, people, they don't even know what an assault weapon is. I brought that to their attention, that an AR-15 is not an assault weapon. It's not even an automatic weapon. It's a semi-automatic weapon. And in order to make it an automatic weapon, you have to go through extra measures called a bump stock. And most places have quit carrying them. They banned them. So, you know, this is just a way for them to get more money. You know, you're going to charge somebody $200 to $1,000 a day because they don't want to turn in their firearm? Please. So, anyway, there was another comment that sounded like somebody took a payout after I put up about credit cards. And, you know, it does. It does sound like somebody probably took a payout. NRA has not commented back as of have they contacted? Yeah, they contacted the NRA, but NRA has not said anything back as of the time I made that vlog. I have not looked back yet. Anyway, I'm sure the NRA is going to sound off, as they always do. But, now, credit cards are saying that they're not going to allow people to buy firearms using credit cards. But, you know, I was trying to sit here and think, like, places like Walmart, they don't carry handguns, they carry rifles. So they said, like, you know, places like that where you can buy milk and food and all that, well, credit card can't differentiate between that and a firearm. Well, so what's the difference between if I go to Academy and I go there and I buy myself the new, well, it's not really new now, it came out 2 years ago, but I've been having my eye on it because it's been really hard to get because it flies off the shelf. The new, I don't even know the number of it now, SIG subcompact 9mm that came out a few years ago, and I'm at Academy, and, you know, I might be there buying some lawn chairs, and, you know, they carry Nike, and, you know, all these other things, and I might have that too. Are you going to tell me they're going to be able to differentiate all that? So, yeah, credit cards are saying that now that they might not be letting you use the credit card to buy a firearm. Well, you know, that's going to be bad for credit cards because people like me and my husband, who have good credit and will just go ahead and buy it on a credit card and pay it off. Well, we can just as easy put the money back and go and pay cash for it and won't have to pay any interest. So, you know, they're hurting themselves if they do this, because I almost guarantee there will be a big decline in credit card use, and credit cards are going to be hurting, because that's what they depend on. They depend on people to use the credit cards. They depend on the interest rates, that interest money. So really, guns aren't really on the first thing on our list. We have guns, but it's just the idea that credit cards now think that they're going to dictate what we can and cannot buy. Well, when you use your credit card and you pay it back, or if you're like me, there's some credit cards that a lot of times I'll use them, and by the time I get the bill, before I even get the bill, it's paid off. So they kind of like me, but they don't really get any money from me. So they always send me these extra coupons trying to get me to use them so they get money from me, but it still doesn't work because I still don't let it go. What's the word? I don't let it go for months. Anyway, the only one that's going to be hurting is going to be the credit card companies, because, they're saying that they're not going to be able to tell the difference, like if it's at Walmart. Well, how are they going to be able to tell the difference if it's like at Academy? Now, if you are at a gun store, okay, yeah, they're going to be able to tell the difference. My gun, I bought at Knob Creek Gun Range. They're going to tell. They'll be able to tell us that that's probably what I'm doing. But if there's other places, I mean, you go to Cabela's, you go to, what's that other one? I can't think of it right now. But, there's plenty of other places you can go. And, it doesn't mean you're there to buy a firearm. But, yeah. So credit cards are saying that they're not going to let you buy a firearm. Well, and so, guess what? Well, you probably won't be getting any more of my business either. You will just sit there and be like some of the rest of the cards that I have, and you'll get paid off and will just sit there as an account that's in good standing and not being used. I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot capitalization of credit cards. But I also have some that have never been used, that was I only got them for a discount. That's it. Then I have a lot of them that haven't been used in over a year. I only used them once because I was under the impression that you had to use them at least one time a year in order for them to stay active. So anyway, I have a lot of credit cards. I don't have a lot of credit card debt because most of my credit cards are paid off and are just sitting there looking good on my credit. Even my student loans are, I could pay them off this year, but my interest rate's only 1%, so I'm just gonna let it go the rest of the year, and then I have 4 months left for next year, and they will be done. So, but the credit cards are gonna hang themselves, because, you know, when my parents were young, you know, I don't even know if they even had credit cards. Whenever I was a young kid, my parents had, I know, a JCPenney and a Sears card. I know they had a Shell card. But these were all like the Visa and the Master cards. They weren't the store cards. But I don't know if they even had them when they were younger. I don't even know if they were around when they were younger. And you're looking at, my dad was born in 1920 and my mom was born in 1930, so they probably were either just coming out or they weren't even there when they first met. I don't know. That would have been like in the 1950s. So I had no idea. I just know they did at the end. But, you know, more now than what they were back then. People are using credit cards to live off of. And that is what the credit card companies are soaking up. They're soaking up high interest rates, and, you know, they're eating up the people that are using them to live off of. And but the people that are like my husband and myself, who can pay them off, and, you know, if they decide that they don't want to, if they want to deny, if we decide we want to go buy a firearm with a credit card, we'll just pay that bill off and not use it again. So, you know, they're only hurting themselves. And so, you know, we shall see when this happens and if it happens, because that would be them cutting their own arm off.